Welcome back to another video. So in this video I'm going to be explaining how I cut all these trades both on the 15 minutes and on the 5 minutes time frame, starting from the 4 hours time frame. Now if we go to the 4 hours time frame, now pay attention to this particular key level. You can see price coming from this particular resistance right here. Price rejected from that particular resistance. This was the inducement, price rejected and started dropping. Now pay attention that here the overall bias is currently bullish, right? The overall bias is currently bullish. So despite we are going to be looking for sales for now, we already have it in the back of our mind that the overall bias is bullish for on the 4 hours time frame. So we are going to be looking for buys and we're going to be looking for sales. So what we intend doing, since price is rejected from this level, we'll get a reversal confirmation first to be 100% sure that this particular key level is actually pushing price down. Then after that, we'll mark out potential key levels that will actually push price back up, continuing the bullish trend. So this is basically just a retracement to take out all this internal range liquidity. Then price will continue the impulsive move. As you can see, this is where price is actually using, aligning with both these two key levels right here, these two broken QM right here. So you can see, despite we have this key level for price to reverse, we are also catching sales down to this particular level. Then we'll buy back up. Now let's drop down to the 15 minutes. Now I think, okay, this few first one I got it on the 5 minutes time frame. Let me tap into that. Alright, so you can see where price is currently coming. I think the upside was okay, that was a rejection point. Price has already been selling, so we just did same thing. Now this is the level that price is currently pushing from on the 5 minutes time frame. You can see price reacting from this breakout block right here, and after price rejected from that breakout block, you can see it gave us our sweep and our break of structure. So we had multiple break of structure to the downside. So the next thing will be entering from this breakout block, which is also called an RBS, whatever you want to call it, and you can see inducement protecting it, right? So it's basically we had multiple break of structure to the upside, price reverse giving us a structure shift to the downside, indicating that we are going to continue the bearish move, right? Entry from the key level that is closer to the inducement. Right, as you can see, price tapped in, started selling down. Now if you observe right here, the market is already rejecting on the 4 hours time frame, and we have a specific target, right? In order to, since we already know the overall bias here is bullish, so we have a specific target, which is this particular liquidity right here. So what we are going to be doing, we are going to be selling until this liquidity is taken out. Once this liquidity is taken out, we are not going to sell anymore. We are going to be waiting first to see how price will react to this particular level. If price reacts on this level, give us a reversal confirmation, we'll continue the buys. But if it doesn't react to that level, instead it just break past it and started selling massively, we'll continue the sales. So we already have this specific target, so we are not going to stop selling until this low is fully taken out. Right, now let's go back to the 5 minutes. Now if you observe, we already caught the first sell, and the second entry right here, I just basically repeated the same thing that took place here. You can see we had break of structures to the upside, price reacting from this apex right here. Price is reacting from this apex right here, gave us a break of structure to the downside, came back, did a break and retest. You can see inducement protecting it, price started selling and dropping back down, right? So price moved up. I was planning on taking another buy here, but I waited to see how price will react to this particular level. You can see price came, broke structure, then same thing I applied in this first two setup. I did it here again. So basically this is just a continuation setup. We just keep selling, looking for sales only, right? I always tell this to some of my students. Once your direction is correct, once you already know your direction, looking for entries won't be that hard. If you observe, the same thing that happened here happened in this same spot right here. So basically he just kept on selling and selling and selling and selling, and this was the final setup I took. You can see inducement is protecting it. This was the final setup I took until this low is taken out. Right now you can see after this low is taken out, what happened? Price reacted to that particular level we had on the 4 hours time frame. Immediately after price reacted, we had a sweep of liquidity, we had a break of structure, indicating that this is a strong low. So we won't be expecting price to go beyond this level anymore. As you can see, we have our inducement, our apex, stop loss below the low, targeting this high right here. You can see I shared this particular one on my Telegram channel. I shared this one. Okay, I had this one 2 days back, I think. Price started moving. I plan on doing the same thing here. This one went halfway, stopped me out at break even. This other one right here, the key levels I took, the key level I used here was particularly wrong, because I was using a 5 minutes support, and on the 1 hour I think I had a clean key level on the 1 hour time frame. Yes, this was what I had on the 1 hour time frame. I think this particular resistance right here, but I didn't use it. I used the 50 minutes. That's why I got stopped out. Right now let's go back, and this third entry, same thing I applied here. Now if you observe, all the entries are basically similar, if not the same thing. So you can see I always repeat the same thing over and over and over again. Despite I got stopped out multiple times, I kept on repeating the same thing, right? As you can see, price gave multiple break of structures to the upside, then started pushing back down again. Price broke structure here to the downside, push back up, market structure shift, which means that the bullish bias continues. So what are we going to be doing? Instead, I applied the same thing, entry from the apex. Now when an apex has an engulfing, is actually a high probability one right there. So that was one tip, and you can see inducement is protecting it. Price came in, tapped. I shared this on my Telegram channel also. Price came in, tapped, and the reason I targeted that high was because of this, I think was the resistance here. This resistance on the 15 minutes time frame. Price came in, TP, the price came back again. I was planning on doing the same thing here, but price stopped me out before moving, and this is the particular level that price is currently using to push back up. This right here, an apex. As you can see, the apex is also an engulfing, indicating there is a strong key level. So we are going to continue buying until this high right here is taken out. Same thing we did for this sell, right? So maybe price can react to a zone right here, maybe this particular one, if not already reacted to it. So all we do now is patiently wait. So that's basically it for this video. So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, drop a comment, drop a like. So thank you all. See you guys on the next video. Peace out.